Why is this not working? Deactivate? Activate. Hey! No! Let's go. Alright. So my stream's gonna be like this, guys. Hey guys! Hold on. How's it going? Oh no, this is terrible. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to the stream. This is my second stream ever. In this stream, I'm going to do a bit of prop making. And I like, if you guys don't know, I like building a lot of cardboard props. If you haven't seen it, maybe I should just... No, it's funny watching this camera. Maybe I should just keep my camera off, but we'll see. But if you don't know, I like building cardboard props, and I want to work on a cardboard prop today. I'm feeling a bit of the creative vibe going on right now. And I also want to make a prop for my friend Noah. And so I'm going to switch to my screen instead, because I feel like that will be better. We can have myself glitching out in the bottom left. That'll just be a feature of the stream. But I want to make the monado sword from Xenoblade Chronicles. And so let's pull up a picture of it. I hope the stream is coming across properly. As I said, this is like my second stream ever. So I'm trying to figure out a bit of things that are going on. Like, I know one thing I noticed from last stream was that my microphone was positioned right next to my mouse, so it could pick up on the mouse clicking, which was very annoying, I'm sure. But this time it's on the other side of the desk, so hopefully that makes it sound a bit better. So I'm gonna pull up Monado Sword. I'm gonna make the Monado 1, not the Monado 2, because the Monado 2 is a bit more involved. And also the Monado 1 seems like it's more recognizable, more easier to make. And also, one thing I want to incorporate while I'm making this is the transforming element of the monado sword. So this is what it looks like when it's transformed. It opens up, the two sides of the blade come out, they swing out. And my plan is to preserve that sort of idea in the prop, which is going to be very hard. It's not very easy to make movable props, but it's going to be a new exercise. And so one thing I'm going to need is I'm going to put this sword into a 3D modeling software. And I'm going to figure out the dimensions, everything that I need to... Oh my god. Hold on. Maybe if I knock... No? Maybe if I... This is terrible. Okay. It's okay. And now my camera is busted. Okay, sweet. Webcam. Let's pull up my video. Deactivate. Activate. Oh god. I saw a bit of the blips going on. But it looks like it's okay now. Okay. Well, anyway. It looks like it's okay. Alright, we're gonna go back to the screen. So I'm gonna put an image of the Monado into Autodesk, and I'm going to do some dimensioning to figure out the exact length and width I need to use for my... Oh my god. My webcam. No. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to replace my webcam. It's on its last legs right now. Like, that's what I get for buying a $20 webcam off of Amazon. But anyway, let's get back to the 3D modeling. I'm gonna take maybe this picture looks good. I'm gonna save it. Okay. And I don't know if Autodesk takes WebP files, so I'm gonna import it into Autodesk. Thanks for coming to the stream, Dental. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's place this into Autodesk. I've used Autodesk since I was in 6th grade, and it's a very fun 3D modeling software. Right now, I really just use it for prop making, but it's occasionally useful for other things. So let's see, where did I download? Okay, it doesn't look like it takes WebP files. So I'm going to go put it into a conversion. WebP to a PNG. We'll convert it to a PNG right here. And then we'll put it into Autodesk and see how that works. Oh, oops. Okay, that's a big sword. We're gonna download it. And we're going to place it into Autodesk. Another thing is like using, sometimes you might want to put like an accurate to scale, like measurement prop. Like you want to make sure that your prop is accurate to scale. When I made Frostborn, like they specified that it's like 50, Frostborn from World of Warcraft, they specified it was like, 50 inches long. So I made sure that it was exactly 50 inches. But I'm going to be making this for someone who's a bit taller. I found out that, the official length of the monado sword was about 4.5 feet. Let's see. Yeah, they say that Shulk is like 5'6" and his monado is 4.5. But I'm just gonna go for 5 feet, because the person I'm making this for is like 6 feet tall. It's adding extra 6 feet, I don't think it's an issue. So let's place this in here. Let's constrain that to here. Oh, let's move this down here. Really get it lined up. Actually, what I should probably do is I should use a constraint. Let's use a coincident constraint. And this basically just puts 2 points together. Very nice. So that's locked in place. I'm actually gonna lock that in place so it's centered, or like it's constrained. And then I'm going to scale it to 60 inches. And let's just see like what we're working with here. We have a circle that's about 7 inches in diameter. Also 60 feet, 60 inches. That's 5 feet, okay. So that circle in the middle is about 7 inches. Thanks for coming to the stream, guys. I appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming. Other dimensions without it affecting some of the other circles. Because sometimes what happens is that when I'm trying to change a certain curve, it's already constrained to another curve. So when I change that one curve, it changes the curve it's constrained to, even though that curve existed earlier, which can be very annoying. But it's okay. Let's try 7.2 inches. Let's try 70.25. I'm trying to do this in even increments because I'm going to be using a ruler for this, and of course human error is going to come up quite often, so I'm not too worried about getting it super accurate. If you guys see the monado sword, it's like in 3 different it's like three different pieces that come together. It has the blade end. It has the I don't know what the opposite of the blade end is. The dull end on one side, and it has a hilt, and it has that circle that's attached to the hilt where everything else rotates around. And it also has this like little lightsaber that comes out. And I think the way I'm gonna execute that is what the Noah's weapon. Coincidentally, the person I'm making this for is named Noah, but the way I'm gonna do this lightsaber is probably just gonna have it already installed, and when this sword mode transforms, it reveals that little stick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take something like this right here, this rod, just paint it blue, glue it to the ring, and then have it hidden by the blade when it's not transformed. And so that's probably going to be my plan. And so what I need to make sure is that that blade is not too long. It's 30 inches. And the length of this is about it's about 3 feet. So we should be good for the blade length. And so now I know that we can go ahead with that. We're going to move on to contouring this. And so sometimes what I'll do with more regularly shaped swords is I'll go deep and try to put all the points specifically. But and I'll show you. That's what I did with Frostmourne. Where is it? Right here. When I did Frostmourne for my friend, I went through all the contours and I figured out the dimension so that when I actually cut it out on cardboard, which is what I'm going to do hopefully in the stream, I could, kind of mark out those points where I wanted to trace it out and cut it. And so going back to this, we're going to do a bit more of that. Let's see. Let's make this a bit more. And let's see. How big is that? That's 15.35. What about 15.5? Can we go for that? 15.5 is a bit too big. Let's go for 15.25. 15.25 is a bit too small. We're trying to go. We're going about in the middle of that range. It's okay. Can't get it super perfect. And we're going to trace out this line right here to the center. And this one as well to the center. As you can see, the image is a bit off kilter. That's okay. Actually, maybe I do need to move the center of the circle a tiny bit to the left. Is it possible? Yeah, and you see when I move that line, it moves all the other lines, all the other curves that I drew. So that's an issue that I have to worry about sometimes. But I'm just going to do that, and whenever I cut it, then I'm going to account for that error. But right now, that's the idea. I'm going to trim that other side I've just made. Let's see. Let's create a line right here. And I'll make a spline. A spline is kind of like an irregular line, more like a contour curve. And so I'm going to put it right here. Just follow that contour. And let's say I'm only going to trace the outside of it. I don't really need the inside part. Not sure what this inside thing is. I might have to take a creative liberty and get rid of this green circuitry part here, because I'm not sure how important it is. And let's also move this down here and then edit the spline. Can I make another spline? Can I add? Yes, I can insert a point. I'm going to insert a point right here. All right, sweet. And so that's going to make it a bit more straight at the top. Oh, what the? Hello? Oh, that's weird. That is not intended. Okay, I'll take that. Let me just really quickly check how this part looks like when it's transformed, because that's weird. That would be designed like that. Okay. So it looks... I'm trying to find what happens to these orange parts when the sword transforms, but I don't quite see. And this is 250 by 250. It's not good. Oh wait, it's on the wiki, so it's probably good enough. In-game model, monado. Okay. Oh, it's still tiny. Okay, it looks like it still preserves the little tiny circuitry, so I'm going to probably keep that in there. So when I cut out the sheets, I'm probably going to have to include that. Okay. Oh, and there's also one up here. Interesting. Okay. All right. Is there any other part that's connected? Open an image in new tab. This is about as close as I can get. Let's see. Where am I looking at? Okay, it doesn't really look like there's anything I need to keep here, so I'll just skip over that one. It's okay. It doesn't need to be super accurate. Move that straight up. Get this contour. We're gonna actually include the green circuitry. I wonder if that circuitry has like a specific name, you know, like monado circuitry or anything. I don't play Xenoblade Chronicles, if you're wondering. I'm a gamer that does not play Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah. And so we're gonna get these lines up here. Beautiful. We're gonna add some more lines. And where does it bridge off? Okay, so I'm going to put a vertical line right here, and I think it stops out about that seam. So I'm going to start making a spline. We're going to interpolate. Put that here, 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 put that here. That's interesting. Is it supposed to be like that? It doesn't look like it's hooked right here, but on the image, you know, it has a bit of a hook. So, you know, that's a place where I'm gonna have to take creative liberty on this. I'm pretty sure it would look better if this was not hooked. What do you guys think? Do you think this top of the backside of the blade should be hooked? Like it should be smooth? Or do you think it should like come out and end like a sort of a right corner? Should it be a corner or should it be smooth? That's my question. Alright, we're going to leave that for now. That's interesting. And I'm going to move upwards instead. Put that here. And, you know, instead of following the contour straight, I'm just going to get the general idea. Because when I cut out in cardboard, what I can do is probably just imprecisely cut it out. And, of course, I can just cut out this little area if I want to change it after. I'm going to add a little point in between, insert point right here. This is kind of buggy. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. So, I'm going to do this for the entire sword, and then I'm going to, hopefully in this stream, cut it out of cardboard. And the reason that I'm doing this is so that I can figure out what size of cardboard sheet do I need to cut this out with. Because I only have a very limited amount of big sheets of cardboard. The only cardboard I have is like tiny little pieces like this piece right here. And this piece is usually good for most things I'm doing. You can, chain multiple pieces together and just bridge them using duct tape so it looks smooth and nice. But ideally, and to preserve as much cardboard as I can for later use, or so that I don't waste cardboard, I figure out like the sort of box that the piece of cardboard I need to cut out takes up, so that I can figure out how most efficiently to cut it out of cardboard. And as you can see, it looks like it's about 42 feet by 42 inches by 10 inches, which is going to be a big sheet of cardboard. I only have one of those, so that's why I'm trying my best to conserve it. It's alright if I have to use smaller sheets of cardboard, but as always, we're going for optimization. So I'm going to trace more. How's your guys' day going? I'm pretty interested. I feel like my first week at Harvard has been pretty nice. Has been treating me really awesomely, and I feel kind of at peace with the world. It's a nice time. I feel like my classes are going to be very interesting, and I'm just glad to be here. This is nice. Okay. Let's get some more splines on that. Interpolation. Let's put that down here. Right here. And let's just say it ends here. Yes, okay, nice. I'm gonna trim this, get rid of that, get rid of that. Interesting. So I'm going to get rid of this sketch, and you can see just how the part's supposed to look like. This is a very irregularly shaped part. When I'm making this with cardboard, I want to figure out ideally what's the best way to orient this so it fits in the sheet of cardboard, or like what's the best way to orient it so that I can cut multiple of this out of one sheet of cardboard. And so you can flip this around and maybe fit it within the crook of the blade so that you can cut two at the same time. And that will allow you to make the blade even thicker. So that's something to look out for when you're making a prop. Just ways to make it so that you can optimize materials, optimize time. It's very much like engineering, which is what I'm studying. But I'm not an engineer yet, so I can't really say that if that's accurate yet. But I'm going to move on to measuring this diameter of this ring right here. It's about 10.25 inches. We'll set it to be 10.25 exactly. It doesn't matter when we cut it out of cardboard. It's not going to be 10.25. It's going to be a bit off. So, real quick, let me just do this be real. Hey guys. I'm so bad at doing be reals. Hold on. Okay, sweet. Okay. And then we're going to model the right side of the blade. Let's see. And also, when I cut out this big this segment of the sword, I want to cut out 3 renditions of it. And the reason why is because I want this blade to be very thick. It's very important that I not just have like the core of the sword. I also have each side of it. I need to fill it up, you know? Like, and having just one sheet of cardboard isn't going to allow you to fill it up. So that's my plan. I'm going to move on to the other segment. Let's get this down here. What the? Wait. Huh? Oh, it's thicker here. So I'm gonna have to trace out this contour here, because this one's an added layer on the blade. So I'm going to include that. I'm going to consider that while I'm making this, while I'm tracing this. Okay. Place it down here. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to move on to the left side of that segment so that it's easier to deal with. Why do these look so weird? Okay. Let's get down that. Alright. And then let's place this right here. Hey Jameh, welcome to the stream. How's it going? I'm building a monado sword from Xenoblade Chronicles. Okay. And so yeah, as I was saying, like, so far this week has been ramping up quite nicely, and it's just been awesome. Just getting to see my friends again, getting to rock climb again. I haven't been rock climbing in a while, so I'm starting that back up again. I've even found a group of people that I go rock climbing with regularly now at Harvard. So I'm glad to have found that, because I feel like in first semester I didn't really find a group of friends that I did activities with on the regular. I was kind of just doing my own thing. But now I find this semester, like, I'm kind of finding that more often, and I'm glad about that. Okay, and I'm also gonna trace out this contour right here. Now I think about it, I don't need to do the splines, because if I'm going to cut this out of cardboard, I'll just make it, like, I'll make it smooth myself. When? Sorry, what do you mean? Well, if you're asking when I'm making this sword, I'm making it right now. I'm going to first figure out the dimensions of it, and then I'm going to cut it on cardboard. But what did you mean by when? Ooh, let's go. That's a good one. Ooh. And then I'm going to go on to the side of the blade that jumps out like this. This is actually a pretty nice... This is like a really good thing to build as a... I feel they kind of work well together. I don't know how to describe it. Nah, it's okay, Jimmy. I took it all in what do they call it? In good... Yeah, in good faith. And what's the words I'm looking for? Like, this is so nicely contoured. It's just, like Frostmourne, you have to worry about all these like weird, like angly bits. Like, I really hate cutting out sharp bits like this, because you have to go around in the cardboard, and you have to like kind of like finagle the cardboard in order to properly do it. And with this one, there's really no acute angles going on here, so you don't have to worry about having to navigate cardboard when you're cutting it, because doing that with scissors is very hard. Okay. Let's put that here. I don't have to design it digitally before I make the prop. The reason I'm doing this is so that I can cut out it accurately. And the reason I say cutting it out accurately is because when I made stuff in the past before, like I would make it the right length, but I wouldn't make it the right width, and so it would either look too fat or look too thin compared to what I was looking for. And that was even a problem that came up with my most recent build, like with Frostmourne. This is actually a model from the first game, from the original WoW. But if you look at like official Frostmourne replica, if you look at it, it looks different. So I got my length to base it off from this website. I got 50 inches from this website, but this is a very clearly different sword in terms of length versus width versus the original Frostmourne. Like this is a much fatter blade than Frostmourne, and also the hilt is a bit tinier than it shows up on here. And so doing that can cause me to mess. If I don't do that, then it causes me to mess up on when I actually try to cut it out. So I just do this so that I can get a bit of a sense of the size of the blade. So let's put that down here. How much do I have to dono for my name on the whiteboard? I don't want to set up donations. I'm just here to chill and have fun. I'll put you don't have to dono. I'll put your name on the whiteboard for free. Mohad Nafis Sofian. Never met you in my life, but you're gonna be the first guy on my whiteboard ever. Just kidding. Thanks for coming to my stream, Nafis. I appreciate it. Mohad Nafis Sofian was here. You weren't here physically, but you were here in spirit. And that's really what matters. Am I right? That was corny. Okay, now I want to see this little tiny part right here. Which part of that actually comes out? Because if you're, which part of this actually separates from the ring? Because it looks like, it could come out just smoothly here, but it also looks like that little thicker part of the blade comes out right here and makes it a smaller ring. So I'm not sure. I'll have to take creative process. I have to take some creative liberty on that. Are you at Summer at Brown now? No, I'm not at Summer at Brown. Summer at Brown was a summer program. I'm actually at Harvard right now. I actually got rejected from Brown when I applied. I think it was I submitted a very terrible intro video, and I gave them such a trash first impression that they were like, I can definitely not admit you, even though we've let you into our summer program 3 times, 3 different years. You are not getting into the university. And so I think because of my intro video, I didn't get in. But it's okay, because if I went to Brown, then I wouldn't have met the people I found at Harvard, which if I didn't meet them, I think my life would be completely different now. The whole trajectory of my life would be different. Like, I would never have started streaming if I didn't meet someone at Harvard who was like, hey, I have an idea. And so that's what I'm doing right now. And honestly, I'm not really in streaming just to become a streamer. I'm just here to do what I like doing, and maybe to share it with people. who are interested as well, and because I feel like to be a full-time streamer, it's like a big dedication, and you're gonna face a lot of disappointment when you're being a big-time streamer, when you're doing full-time streaming, especially if you're not a big channel. Like, you're gonna face not a lot of people are gonna be interested in your content, and that's just you can't get everyone's interest, and that's what sucks. I really feel for like people who want to get themselves out into the world and meet viewers, and they're so enthusiastic, but they just can't pull the people because it's people have time and they can't give it to everything, and so that's why I don't want to be a full-time streamer. Also, like, I'm a student right now, so I won't be able to dedicate that time to streaming. Yeah, I got into Harvard, but I didn't get into Brown. That's not to say that Brown's easier to get in than Harvard, or that Harvard's harder to get in than Brown. They're actually like about the same acceptance rate. And Harvard is just more acceptance. Harvard's just more selective because more people apply to it. And they're also like really both good schools too. I applied to Brown because of the open curriculum. I did not originally think I was going to get into Harvard. Honestly, like, I still can't believe that I'm at Harvard right now. It's just mind blowing to me that I'm here. That being said, there's still like a lot of things that changed when I came to Harvard. Like, my expectations about like this so prestigious university, this oldest university in the nation. Like, there's a lot of things I didn't expect. Also, I'm getting an error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, let me see this. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Dang. So that means that it's the Harvard Wi-Fi is not good, supposedly. Harvard's YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience... What does this mean? Okay, real quick, let me just check this. I'm going to answer your question in a bit. Isn't Harvard the smartest in the world? That's a good question. I will let you know over my 4 years at this school. What I can tell you for sure is that there are so many passionate, incredible people here that I've met. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a student right now, and if I say something bad about Harvard, then I'll get bad grades. But I'm saying that genuinely, I've met so many cool people, and I'm glad to be here, surrounded by so many driven people. And even better is all these people are smart, and they have a very high emotional intelligence, and they're all they all care a lot. That's for sure. A lot of the people I met at Harvard are very respectable. Let me just read this real quick. Check the internet connection. Okay, it's probably the internet connection. I mean, Harvard has to accommodate 10,000 people internet, so it makes sense that it's struggling sometimes, especially at night. Harvard has a lot of the smartest people in the world. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the smartest. That really depends on the people at Harvard. But there's certainly a lot more engineers at Harvard, and you could say engineers are smart. I mean, there's certainly a lot more engineers at MIT, and you could say engineers are smart. And so if there's more engineers at MIT, that means that they're the smartest in the world. And it really depends on what you define as smartest. I mean, at this point, comparing smartness and prestige between universities at this point is there's no point, because most people at these universities, they make the experiences themselves. It's what they get out of the experience, not necessarily the institution. I mean, and also, Harvard's not even the oldest university in the world. That would be Cambridge and Oxford and stuff like that. Dude, if anyone's like the smartest in the world, it probably could be them. And there's also like MIT, who's like super STEM focused. So you could say they're smartest too. Yeah, that's true. Around the world, Harvard is known as the one of the best ever. Um, you know, I would say yeah, its reputation is probably for sure true. Um, I could not ask for a better time here I've had at Harvard. Honestly, like it's really nice. Just the people, my classes, the opportunities I feel like I have access to, the resources. Did I say resources yet? But there's just some things in like the Harvard experience that you think, oh, it could be better. For example, like when I went to Brown, they had a bit better food than they have at Harvard. Um, and like even their veggie burgers, their veggie pizza at Brown, those were like astoundingly good. And it's not the same story at Harvard for me. Like I'm not a big fan of the food. It's actually like it's not bad, but a lot of people aren't don't have their gripes with the food here. Like they say it's bland and stuff like that. Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty valid criticism of Harvard. Like it's not very. I will say it's a bit. They try to they definitely have tried to modernize. Um, Old fashioned, yes, the dorms are old fashioned. Like, uh, you know, they deal with a lot of the problems that old dorms deal with. They're very small. They're very overcrowded. Um, they don't have elevators. That's a very valid criticism of Harvard. Um, is that they are an old college and therefore they receive the some of the downsides of being very old. Uh, but they have tried to modernize. And I'm majoring in engineering, and they recently built a what's it called? A science and engineering complex, and I'll show you right now. It's a very wonderful place. Harvard Science Engineering Complex. It is so beautiful. It's just like it's incredible how what they've done with the place. And I enjoy coming to this place because I have to come to this every day of the week this semester. My calendar is kind of super busy. But as I was saying, like one thing you could point out is like right behind the SEC, you could see the stadium. And that tells you like that's an old stadium. They have to do repairs on this quite often sometimes just because it's so old. And I'm sure maintenance is like a high cost for Harvard. And a lot of what they dedicate their resources to is maintaining old buildings. But I think that lends a nice like atmosphere of like, oh yeah, we have brick, we're old, but because we're old, we're like the longest lasting, most stone solid standing, institution. We're just chilling. I don't know. It's weird to think about because just like any other college, there's a huge mix of buildings, like old buildings and new buildings. Like if you go to probably not the same architecture variation as MIT. Like MIT has like so many different dorms and it's so cool. Dorm buildings. They have so many different like styles. Like you have this one, which just looks like a like it looks like Tetris. And then you have this one which just looks like a collage of buildings, and it's wacky and wonderful. It all looks modernized, and that's pretty cool. They also have like my brother lived in I think East Campus when he first came to MIT, and they have old buildings. Right, these are old buildings. Actually, they look quite new. from the outside. But actually, when was this campus built? I mean, I suppose that there are new buildings, but they could have been built recently. 1924. Yeah, they built this in 1924. So you have a mix of old buildings and new buildings at any type of college. At Harvard, even like the Science Center. You know, the Science Center was built in like 1972. But it still looks extremely cool. Maybe like if you're ever in one of the higher floors and you look down onto this side of the Science Center, it looks like a spider. It just looks wonderfully crafted. So it's always a pleasure to be in the Science Center because it's really cool. Yeah, I could look at this place all day. It's also very nice being in like a place that snows, because back home it used to snow a lot in the winter. And actually I actually remember I did a video on Storm Nemo back in 2013, and it was just like snow used to go up to 10 mile to 4 feet. I don't know why I said 10. It used to go up to 4 feet when I was in 2013 in Connecticut. And it's crazy that there's barely any snow at home in Connecticut anymore. But now, being in Boston, like, there's so much snow here. I'm so glad to finally see snow again in my life, because it doesn't snow often in Connecticut. I'm curious, is it very difficult to study at Harvard, or just your usual study? It really is what you make out of the experience. A lot of freshmen especially, they're like, I'm going to take 5 classes this semester instead of the required 4. And they're going above and beyond and like just challenging themselves. And I think that's incredible. At the same time, like, there's also people who are just chilling. They're like, yeah, I got into Harvard, I'm going to take it chill. And of course there's going to be some rigor to the classes. But that really depends on who you are as a learner. But to give you a straight answer, it is difficult in my study to study at Harvard. You have to set aside a lot of blocks of time to come to class, to come to labs, and to do homework, to PSAT. It's also hard to gauge difficulty at Harvard because a lot of people here are smart, and what's difficult for them might be not difficult for other people. And certainly, I would say that this is definitely difficult for its reputation. Harvard is definitely difficult for its reputation. It's just, it's not easy to answer what difficult is, I'd say, I'm really trying to look for a precise answer here, because I know what I just said is not very accurate. It's not very, like, easy to digest, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, also, engineering is hard, too. STEM in general is just hard to do. But I know a lot of people here are very dedicated to the grind and very committed to doing their work, and they all find it hard. I was actually on the shuttle today, and I overheard someone talking about, oh wow, I think it's amazing that you can do this grind, because I'm scared of the grind. And you know what the guy said back to her? He said, well, I have to do the grind. So, I mean, if I don't know what that takes away. For me, it takes away like that Harvard students are just very like dedicated to doing their classes. You're right. It does depend on what you study. I also want to add that Harvard is a liberal arts school. I would have rather went to MIT or to Princeton, where it's like much more focused on engineering. But that being said, it is still very difficult in all the different subjects. I've had a lot of trouble with my XBOS class, my writing class, so I can't imagine what people go through as English majors here at Harvard. Harvard's known for like classics and literature. At the same time, though, they're probably passionate about literature, so they might not have the same difficulty that I have with it. But Harvard is known for its computer science, so Harvard's like has a lot of incredibly smart people doing computer science, and so when I do computer science, I find it incredibly difficult. But I see these guys, they're like, damn, they can just code like a website in like seconds, just like easy. It's really crazy to see. And let me just get this little right here. And then they also have a course called, they have LS 50, Life Science 50. You can take it in your freshman year, and it counts as 2 classes. You don't have to take, you usually have to take 4 classes a semester. But LS 50 is so much, there's 5 lectures every week that you have to come to, and then there's some lab sessions that you need to do. And one of these lectures is actually like 3 hours long. I don't do it myself, but I know like the life sciences majors do it, and there's just so much work in it. It counts as 2 classes for the purposes of enrollment, so you can have technically 3 things that you're scheduled for. Prop making is too hard. It is not too hard. I'm making it complicated. I'm trying to go for accuracy, and that's why I'm putting it in Autodesk to make it like this. You do not have to do what I'm doing. You can literally just like do it impromptu, like however you want to do it, because that's how I started. When I started prop making, I started building Eternity from Guild Wars 2. I'll get back to the discussion in a second. You could just build a rectangle and then like legit just like cut it and then add little decorations to make it look cool. Hold on, give me a second. So this is Eternity. This is the first sword I ever made. I didn't 3D model this. I just looked at the picture. I was like, okay, let's build a rectangle. Let's build a rectangle. Let's cut it a bit. Let's put a wooden core around it. Let's wrap it in felt. And then put these little decorations. And as you can see, these decorations, they just look pretty plain. Compared to the actual, like, this one's supposed to look like an angel. Like angel wings and stuff. And this one's supposed to look like like a dark angel. Like, these look pretty plain in comparison. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm very fond of memories of building this. And this is my favorite prop ever, because my first one is it's so, like, the idea behind making one side dark and the other side light. Like, I really love that. So prop making anyone can get into it. I got into that in 9th grade. I made that when I was in 9th grade, and I just did it however I felt like. It can't be too hard. It's only as hard as you make it. My feature... Oh, and also going back to the discussion about, like, difficulty in courses, like... It's, there's also, they also have, like, offer different levels of courses, so you can pick the difficulty that you want. Let's see. I can actually go to these classes. So if you want to look at the Harvard classes, like they have a little thing that you can check. You can find like physics 15. Physics 15 is the normal introduction to physics, like introductory mechanics and relativity. But if you're advanced, you can take physics 16, which is mechanics and special relativity, which is more complex than 15A. The mathematical level is significantly higher than that of physics 15A. And then, if you really want to challenge yourself, you can go for physics 19, which is intro to theoretical physics. And when you start out in math, you can choose what level you do. You can do math MA, which is Intro to Functions Calculus. It depends on what you come in with. Or you can go straight to Math 55, which is the most hard Harvard course ever. Hard mathematics intro undergraduate course ever. And I tried taking this in the first week, and I remember feeling completely lost in the lecture because I had no idea what the heck was going on. Because Math 55, like, you have to love math. You have to be truly in tune with it. It's hard. It's too difficult for me. So I dropped down to Applied Math 22. I did math. I did multivariable. I'm doing multivariable calc right now, and they're also doing linear algebra. So that's what I get into. My future job or career once I get out of engineering, I want to get a bachelor's in science in engineering. I'm not sure if I want to do electrical or mechanical. And I might want to do a concurrent master's. Now this is interesting. Harvard does a concurrent master's in engineering. And I would like to do this because, not in CS. Let's do electrical. Because a master's in engineering, or at least the bottom line is I want to get my certification. Like, I want to be ABET certified so I can at least get a foothold on what to do as an engineer in the future. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I don't know what job I want to have. I don't really want to do AI. Like, I don't want to do hard computer science. That's not my thing. I'm very, like, mechanical. I have to build something. So probably, like, something with auto repair or cars. Like, you know, working at Ford or Tesla. That would be something I'd want to do. But really at the base of it, I just want to get that degree just to make sure I have that degree if I need to use it later in life. Because honestly, like, I'm okay with just not doing something super great. I'm okay with just like just chilling and living a simple life. Would the more complex courses be beneficial to your degree? At the root of it, more complex courses mean that you get higher chance of getting connections, which can help you in your future. Like, being in Math MA doesn't, like, being in Math MA, which is, intro to calculus, might not get you in contact with, like, a really good math professor who can push you in a good direction. Or maybe it could. But it's very likely if you're in Math 55 and you demonstrate that you're very driven, like, the professor's going to notice that you're driven, and they're going to push you to do great things. In terms of degree, it doesn't change. It doesn't change your requirements. And what I'm going to show you is mechanical engineering Harvard requirements. It really, like, depending on what knowledge you come in with, your requirements are different. So, like, for some people, Math 1A and Math 1B are required. But because I came in already knowing how to do calculus, I went straight to Applied Math 21 or Applied Math 22. I don't need to do this. And because of that, I have 2 less requirements on my plan of study. But because I did that, I mean, now I have a separate applied mathematics requirement. And for physics, I'm taking Physics 12, which is, physics, basically AP Physics. But most people, and Physics 12 is actually easier than Physics 15. But if you want to learn about special relativity, then you want to take Physics 15 because Physics 12 doesn't tell you about special relativity. So more complex courses can better prepare you for the higher level courses that you're going to take if you decide to go into that specific area. Like, if you want to learn about theoretical physics, then you should probably take Physics 15A rather than 12A. Honestly, though, the thing is, like, Harvard isn't really known as an engineering school. The SEC was only built, like, 2 years ago. This was already built in 2020. And so Harvard's push for engineering has only really like stood out towards the end of the towards more recent. MIT has more so been known as the engineering school around here, while Harvard's more of the classics and humanities type side. So that's why I worry about like a degree, an engineering degree from MIT might be more considerable than an engineering degree from Harvard. But in the end, it's still an SB in bachelor's, or it's still a bachelor's or master's in engineering. And I think honestly, I don't think people are gonna care where you got it from, as long as you get that degree. I mean, if they say you got it from Harvard, then yeah, probably it's gonna help you. But like, if you get a master's or a bachelor's, like you have the certification, you're set to go. Wow, that was a long tangent from doing this. Now that is figured out, let me just put this here. That's gonna be 1.5 inches. Oh yeah, you have to do pre-calculus and trigonometry before you can do calculus for physics. I'd say, not unfortunately. I feel like those are pretty necessary for doing those. Yeah. Like trigonometry is like the basis of a lot of stuff in physics. So it definitely sucks to like have to start off with the more easier classes, but they are important. Although if you already know them, then yeah, it kind of sucks to already have to redo them. You could probably like petition like your teacher or your counselor to change you to a higher course level though, if you needed to. One of the most pointless, the English slander. I think it's also an interesting conversation about academia, because I feel like academia in general is not meant to be something that moves you forward in life. Academia is meant to be exploring your passions. But somehow, like, we've gotten into this system in society where, like, oh, if you went to a school and you did this degree, you're suddenly qualified to be a leader. It's a very weird, just shift in the way people think about academia and stuff like that. And I guess, on the bright side, like, it means, like, smart and driven people get into leadership and policy, but it also means that people who are strong leaders and who wouldn't have needed to go to school to do something great are kind of blocked off because they simply just can't get into a good school. I know that didn't really relate to the whole English slander. I respect people who can write essays. I hate writing essays. I will never ever do a writing course ever again. I respect people who can write, but it's not my thing. So this is going to take 42 inches by 11 inches. So I'm going to need to find a sheet of cardboard that can do that. This little tiny thing here. Also, wait, hold on. Let me just save this real quick. Monado. So, let's see. To make the smaller section of the sword, I'm going to need from here to here. That's going to require okay, 6.4 inches by 33 inches. Oh, so I'm taking the courses I'm taking. Hold on, let me pull them up here. Where is? I'm not taking any writing classes, like specifically writing classes. Give me a second. My Harvard. I'll show you guys what I'm taking. I took a required writing course last semester, because Harvard College graduation requirements, because this is a liberal arts school, you have to do non-concentration, non-major stuff. So you have to do arts and humanities, you have to do social sciences, you have to do science and engineering. You have to do one XBOS class. You have to prepare yourself for writing. This is required. You have to do this. I also have to take a language, which I have to look forward to later. But I had to take this one because it's it's practice for higher academic writing in higher academia. So yeah, it's. I would prefer to not have to learn how to write again. But I think it's still important so that everyone starts out on the same foot. And I think this is the best compromise. Is you having one required writing course instead of having people take writing every year. I remember in high school you had to take writing every year, which I hated. But it still got me on a good level for college. My schedule is all practical. If I pull up my program. Grades. Okay, let me put this into Paint and then get rid of all the confidential information. Alright, I'll get rid of the professor. And I'll get rid of my grades. These were the courses I took. Oh, and also my GPA. I don't really care about my GPA. Because it's the first semester. But I took linear algebra in my first semester. I took CS50. I took a seminar on museums. And I took writing. None of these relate to engineering. But I need to do XBOS so I could get a requirement figured out. I did a seminar so that I could get used to the coursework at Harvard. I did CS50 because that's a requirement for mechanical engineering. So I did this because it's a requirement. And I felt like that was a pretty good course. Actually, if you ever want to check out Harvard's CS50 course online, it's really good. It's incredible that they release it online and they teach other people how to do CS50 to do computer science. It's very intuitive, very fun, and it's a work of art of a course. I did linear algebra because I needed math. But this year I'm taking mechanics and I'm taking physics. Physics, there's a lot of labs going on and a lot the first class I came into, they had a bow and arrow on a cart setup. And they were like, "Oh yeah, we're going to shoot this at the ceiling. And you guys are going to have to calculate how much do we pull the bow back so it doesn't actually hit the ceiling." And so we're going to do that later. So I'm excited for that. Then there's also Applied Math 22B, which is integrating and approximating. I'm doing it's just multivariable calc, and I had a pretty fun time with that. It's not hands-on, but I still love math a lot, so I'm down with multivariable calc. And then next I have Intro to Electrical Engineering. So this one, these next two, Electrical Engineering and Computer Aided Machine Design, I am so hyped for it. We have labs, the lectures are cool, and I am totally down for doing engineering coursework, just practical stuff. So I go to the Science and Engineering Complex every day now, so that I can for these courses, and so I get to be in that really wonderful place. It's really awesome. So in business, all you do are essays and assignments. What kind of essays do you actually do? Research essays? Are you writing an essay and guessing how the stock market is going to change, or trends that you might notice in the world, agriculture seeing a rise, or maybe the transportation industry is decreasing? What kind of essays or assignments do you do? Oh, my sister posted here. My sister posted me in her story. Okay. And then I think I'll start with this bottom part of the thing right here. That's 12 by 30. 12 by 30 is not opportune. That's still very wide. Well, one of there was about international business. You had to write an essay of around 20,000 words? I hope you mistyped and it was actually 2,000 words. Because 20,000 is crazy. How long did that take you? Give me a second. I'm going to get some shitty cardboard. Okay, so this is the cardboard that I'm working with. It's very tiny. It's like about 14 inches by 12 inches on one segment and 5 inches on the other segment, so about a total 22 inches. And that's not even straight cardboard. It's still kind of flappy. And the best cardboard I have is this one sheet that's 8 inches across, maybe 3.5 inches long. That is not ideal for making a huge sword. Which means I'm probably gonna have to scale it down. How am I gonna do this? This is only 5 feet, but it takes up. That sword takes up. Small sword. But just the handle itself takes up almost half of it. Dang. I mean, it's not in one sitting, but over a month we had to get it done. Yeah. But 20,000. What program are you? What are you doing? A master's in business? It's like I have to do an essay in XPOS, and we work on it over a month, but that's still only like 5,000 words maybe. How much was it? Let me see. I actually honestly forgot how much. Let me look at my drive. $22 full. Let me see how long my last essay was. Yeah, my last essay, my final essay in XPOS was only 4,000 words. And that took one and a half whole months. 20,000. That's insane. Okay. Wow. That's incredible. Okay, I'm going to work on making this ring right here 12 feet by 30 feet. Do I have anything like that? And also, while I'm here, oh, if you could go back, what would you study instead? I'm gonna switch to just my camera. I got my Kit Kats right here. Computer science is a lot cooler, more relaxed, and technology is developing, so it's kind of more suitable for the future. That's a good way of looking at it. Also, you can always go back to school to learn computer science. It's never too late. My brother, after he graduated, he still did from college. He did a coding boot camp. And now he's in a pretty good place. So, yeah, it's never too late to go back to school. Okay. So, this looks like about the right size I need. This entire sheet of cardboard is about 16 inches wide. I only need 12 inches of it, but I need it to be 30 inches long. And just this dimension is 21.5 inches long. So it's not ideal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it open. Or maybe just undo this part right here. Alright, sweet. This should give me a long enough sheet to get 30 inches down. And I see that 30 inches is, yeah, right here. Maybe I'll start it from that's true, I guess, but I'm kind of fed up of studying. Well, you can only study so many years before it's just a headache. Yeah, I think there's kind of like there's too much pressure to go to school, like academic school. I feel like, you know, going into higher academia should be something that like only people who really want to do it should do, because I feel like there's just so much more other than academia that people could do. Like I was saying, like the boot camp, that's only like, you only have to do that for like one season, one semester, and you're ready. You come out with a certification for computer science, and you're instantly ready to join the workforce. Alternatively, you can do a trade school, and I think this is something like that's not emphasized in society enough. I think trades are very important, like being a plumber or an electrician. They are incredibly undervalued in society. You get paid a lot for doing them, but that just shows how much importance that trade work that trade jobs are. I think a lot more people should be encouraged to do trades, and it's honestly like it's weird that there's so much pressure to go to college. Okay. So, making props is never ever like super intense. It's never like super accurate. I just go with the flow. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure out what dimensions I need. This has to be a 12-foot wide circle. So I'm going to get out my compass. Trident? What do you mean by trident? And let's see. I don't think this is gonna fit. I've never used this thing before. How does this work? Okay, if I take this out. Okay, and then I put this in. So this is an extension arm for a compass. So this is I've never seen this before, but it looks pretty cool. And then that could give me 6 inches. Let's put this here. No, it's just, I think if I didn't go to Harvard, I'd be... Sorry I'm not on the camera, by the way. If I didn't go to Harvard, I think I would like to go into a trade. Like, I grew up learning, how to repair cars, and I find doing mechanic work very, very pleasing. It's, like, I want to learn how to weld. Like, I feel like that there's so much more for me at like doing welding and stuff like that, like hands-on craftsman stuff than being at Harvard. I feel like you're about to make a hoverboard. These measurements. Yeah, I don't know why I need this. Why it's so like weird of a contraption, but hopefully this gets me the 6 inches that I'm looking for. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out 30 inches from this side right here. Let's see. Let me get a pencil. Or a marker. Also, I'm not working on a table, which, that would make this infinitely easier. And I could do that, which is why I'm going to do it. So I'm going to mark out 30 inches. If you guys don't know, the best way to mark is to follow any straight line that you can use as reference. In my case, I'm using this crease on the box. Keeping your tape line close, your tape measure close to that. Marking at 30 inches. And then doing that 3 times. 2 times is good, but 3 times just make sure that you're consistent. And obviously, because this cardboard bends, it's not going to be super accurate. But it's close enough. And next I'm going to take my straight edge, line these up. Okay. So the reason that I'm doing this so that I can cut this out. And I'd say the best way to cut this out would be to just go right into it. Not worry about it too much. So, you know, Jimmy, I'm just doing this while I'm at school. I'm just doing this in my free time. It's just a hobby that I like doing. Do you do anything like just like for your free time while you're at school? What's your hobby to take your mind off of the academics? Also, let me just change this one. So now I have a 30-inch by 12-inch sheet of cardboard, which is exactly what I need. I mean, it would be preferable if this was one flat sheet of cardboard. It's kind of bent, but what can you do? Next, what I want to do is I want to mark out a center hole for my circle. So that when I draw my circle, it perfectly lines up with the edge. So let's see if that worked. Okay. I'm going to move it closer to the camera so you guys can get a better view. I will probably end the stream at about 11, maybe 11:30, so I can get sleep. Okay. So now the question of the hour is, did that end up being 12 feet wide? Yes, my circle is 12 feet wide. I mean 12 inches wide. So, pretty good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture the contour of... Was that the right circle? Tell me that was the right circle. That was the right circle, right guys? Yes, that was the right circle. So I actually didn't need it to be... Did I? What is the dimension of this? Oh. 11.5. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make it 5.75 inches and retrace that circle just to get a bit more precision. Oh, I just realized you guys can't see my screen. Let me add... What I'm going to do in the future is I'm going to figure out a way to also make it so that I have my camera is the bigger one and my screen is the smaller one. Maybe what I could do is I could add a screen capture, add source, screen capture, put it in the bottom left. And then we put it, no, maybe bottom, top left. Top left is good. All right. And then I'm going to put this closer. and retrace that circle. How far from the edge does this go? Okay, about. Alright, I got that circle traced out. Nice. I'm going to erase the original one that I made. Alright. And we're going to follow that line down. This line, right? Yes. Yeah, okay. That's good. Also, wait, hold on. How does this transform? Let me see this again. That part comes off, it goes straight, and then it kind of, ooh. Okay, so the distance from the center of that is 5.66. So I'll make a line from the center. That's about 5.66 inches. And that looks like it goes straight down. So it's just tangent. I'll just make that line. And then how much inches past does it go? It goes 1 1/8. About 1.1/8 of an inch. We'll put 1/8 right here. So it's going to end right here. And then how much does it jut out here? Hopefully less than 3/8. Okay, thankfully it's exactly 3/8 of an inch. So we'll cut that out. So I'm gonna start cutting out right here. I'm gonna start cutting out the easier side right here. You know, I could just model this on a CNC, and then like 3D print it or just cut it out myself. I mean, using a machine, but it's more funner this way. It also feels better this way to just work with your hands. And then how far away from this? 1.75 inches of leeway. 1.75. That's 1 3/4. So right there. So let's make a line that demarcates that boundary. That's where you stop cutting. And now we've got this sort of circle that we've been going for. Nice. Nicely done. Okay. So now I need to know this is 3 inches wide. So I'm going to mark 3 inches right here. And then make a straight mark on that. And I'll only have to do this process once for every time I make this this handle, because I can just trace it out. And I'm going to figure out how far does it go in. It goes 1 inch, about 1 inch. 1 inch to here. And then how far is this? Is about 1.25. So we're gonna make that small. Oh wait, no, it goes here. Oh, and that's 1 inch. Okay. Right here. So we trace that out. And we can even cut it right now while we're here. So I hope you see a bit of that shape right now. It's not quite there yet, because first we have to figure out how long it goes here. It goes about 12 feet. Let's trace 12 feet. Give me 12 feet. Ooh. That's interesting. I may have cut it a bit too close. Did I cut off from the top too? Oh. I didn't leave enough for the bottom. I should have cut. I should have left a bit extra. Okay. That's alright. We'll continue as usual. This is 2.5 right here. I'm only left with this is 12 inches. Wow, what a blunder. What a massive blunder. Wait. No, did I do this wrong? No. No, don't tell me. Oh, I put the thing wrong. Oh, okay. So that's why you should measure twice and then cut once. Okay. Anyway, that can be fixed. Let's make an addendum. Where's my notepad? So we're going to mark this. Okay. One foot. Okay. And so where does this go? It goes so that the bottom of this circle is how far away from this 0.67? So it's 0.67. We'll put right here. And then that's where the bottom of it goes. Okay, now I need my tape. My tape. Where's my tape? Right here. Preserve that. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Right now I'm just making, I'm carving out this cardboard. I also made a mistake, so I'm putting on some tape for the correction. How big is that mistake? Oh, that is 2 inches off. Okay. 2 inches. And then take that off. Okay. So what are we left with? We're left with 4 inches of work. Let's see, do we have 4 inches? W? 4 inches? Come on. 4.5. Yeah, we can take some creative liberty on the length of the handle. .5. Okay. And then it juts out about 1/4, maybe 5/16 of an inch. Fourth. Okay. Let's trace this out further. I'll move this guy's to your side so you can get a closer look at what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I should really get a better setup. I wish I could zoom in. I want to find a camera that can capture what I'm doing a bit closer. That's gonna be my dream. That's gonna be my my goal for next time. Yes. Okay. So that jumps out a bit. Get a bit of that. While I'm here, I'll cut it out. I'm gonna be risky about it. I'm just gonna cut and not question. Right here. Okay. Alright, so now we got that sort of contour that we want on the side of the blade. So now we're going to trace that out a tiny bit more. We're going to need how many inches? 1.6 about. So let's put 1.63. Maybe right here. And then how far does that go down and how wide is that? So that goes down 1.5. So total that's 1.464. I can go here. Okay, then how wide is that? That's 1.5. All right. Yeah. Okay. And then there's a little divot. Should I start cutting? I don't want to cut too early. How far away is this? 3.125. 3.135, that's about right here. Okay, and then how much does that line go up? Goes up 0.5. And how big is that circle? That circle is 3.45. I did so. Okay. Let's take that out. Put this in here. Tighten that up. Let's measure 3.4 divided by 2 is 1.7. So about right here. Sweet. Okay, let's put a pen mark right here. Let's trace that out a bit. Where should that end up? That should end up 1.3 inches away. 1.3 inches away from the center. Wow, it actually did end up right there. That's, wow, that's crazy. And I can take a bit of creative liberty to make that, like that edge. Huh. Hey human, how's it going? I'm just building this prop here. I'm actually about to cut it out so you'll see exactly what I'm working on. What's up? How you been? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Alright, let's get that out here. Alright, so now we got the that little divot, that little contour traced out. So now, how big is this arc here? 4.5 inches? 4.5 divided by 2 is 2.25. Let's do 2.25. 2.25. Okay. Hey Jade, what's up? Welcome to my stream. Enjoy your stay. It's towards the twilight of the stream, because I'm going to end it at like maybe 11:10. It's 1.7. Did I do that right? 1.7. 1.7 is right here. Interesting. And then this one is 4.5. Yeah, this measurement oh wait, oh, my bad. 1.7 right here should be a bit further upstream, right there. Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh. Chilling and drawing. Patience. Yeah, it's easy to be patient when you're doing something that you like. And like building cardboard is like, I love working with cardboard. It's so malleable and just manipulatable. Not to say I like manipulation. It's just like, it's like making clay, you know? It's like forming something in your hand. Like I have to imagine like when potters throw clay, like it feels like being able to manage the clay around. I imagine it's not something that you're patient about. It's something that you don't even think about the time that's passing by. I remember seeing like articles go like that talk about doing something that you can get into a flow. I think the word they used was flow. Something like that is magical. And that's why cardboard cutting, I don't even think about the time that's passed it. Oh yeah, not to say I like manipulation, That's gotta go in the quote book. So Human, what you drawing? As you see on the screen, I'm making a monado sword. Hey, Tapariana, how's it going? I'm sorry, you showed up like quite late into the stream. I missed the conversation that we had last stream. Thanks for coming, by the way. It was nice talking to you last stream. Like, I remember thinking like, there's not a lot of people who's gonna join. This is just gonna be a chill stream. But then you came at the end of it, and it was pretty nice to see you and to talk to you. So I'm glad to see you here again. Sad to say that this stream will probably end like, in 20 minutes, but it brightens my day to see that you're here. Ooh. Okay, and so 2.25 inches goes right here. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you're drawing, Human. What the heck? Why are there 6 concurrent viewers going on right now? Is someone... Wait. Classic... I just checked my Discord of my friends. They just posted lichens? Like, is lichen the thing that reindeers eat? I remember seeing... I don't even know if that's the right thing. Lichens. Because what I'm thinking of is a Cat in the Hat reindeer. There's like an episode of the Cat in the Hat where they had reindeer in it, and I remember them talking about, oh yeah, we like to eat lichen. I'm not sure if it was the Cat in the Hat specifically. God, what was it? Was it lichen? Also, let me switch my screen. I swear there's there's a PBS kids show that featured reindeers, and one of the core things they mentioned was like, why are there 10 viewers now? Hey guys, hello, welcome to my stream. I'm so glad to have you guys here. That's the entire stream I've had like 6 people max. That's insane. It's cool to see you guys. Welcome to the stream. I'm making cardboard props. I'm making the monado sword from Xenoblade Chronicles. And we just got into a conversation about lichen. And I swear there's a PBS kids show that talks about reindeers and lichen. Maybe it's like the Wildcrats. Was it the Wildcrats? I don't think did they do an episode on reindeer? Bro, I swear there was a... Wait, you're actually drawing the lichens that... Oh, they don't necessarily... Oh. Human, I would love to see your drawing sometime. If you ever have a way to show me, I would love to see it. Like, it's so... Like, what made you want to draw lichens? I think they look quite pretty. I remember there was like one time I got foliage randomly from Lowe's, and I brought it home. We made it. We grew it. We didn't expect it to grow big, but it just like consumed our trellis, just absolutely destroyed it. Huh, that was interesting. It just suddenly peaked at 10 viewers, and then everyone dropped out. I wonder if I got like raided or something. That's really cool. It really makes you think, like, just people you'll never ever meet, just like pass you by, and ends up in chance encounters like that. No, chat. What's up? What's up, Horizono? It's been a while. Can't wait for this summer. Can't wait to see you again. Yeah, there's many kinds. I'm trying to learn to draw like different textures with pens. Oh, like, oh, like how do you do those different textures? Like, is there like different applying different pressures, or like you're rolling the pen? Like, I know of colored pencils, if you want to make it like more of a like a lighter brush type stroke, you roll the colored pencil to the side. How do you do that with pens? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the prop making real quick. Just my camera, and we'll set up. We'll set an end target time of 11:10. Because I definitely gotta go to sleep. I gotta wake up at 9 tomorrow um for my physics class. I'm excited. Okay, and now let's see. Let's say 4.5 right here. This one is about 1.34 array. Then shooting game stream? Haruzono, come on, man. You know I lost my abilities. I'm not an FPS player anymore. I lost my reaction time. And now being deaf, like, there's no chance of me playing a game where you actually have to hear the people coming to you. Valorant is I'm definitely going to fail, man. But if it's TF2, huh, maybe. I don't know how often I'll stream. I am very busy. But whenever I have free time, like on days like these, then maybe I'll do a stream like that. Different line widths, stroke lengths, and shapes. It's a little hard, but that's what's kind of cool about it. Like, yeah, it is really amazing what people can do with just pens. It's like, how? It's like we have the same muscles, we have the same like control of our hands, but somehow they use it so perfectly and precisely and way better than maybe we could even imagine in our lifetimes. Like, that takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time to practice to get to where they are, those artists. It's amazing. Yeah, TF2. I used to play a lot of TF2 when I was younger. In fact, like, I have 1,300 hours in it. Haruzono is actually the guy who got me into TF2. Back when we were younger, we used to play that quite a lot. I was not the best at it. Although I remember when I was younger, I was really good. I'm just not really a shooter game person anymore. It's just it's been hard. I took an oath to never install Valorant ever again. You don't have to install it again if you just never uninstall it. Do you not play Valorant anymore? Oh wait, or are you a Siege player? What do you play nowadays? Or do you play CSGO now? Okay. And then a straight line that is... No, not that. 3.21 inches. So I need to mark out 0.321 inches, which is about less than 3/8 of an inch. 5.324. So that's about half an inch that I need to go up. NGE IRL. Oh yeah. Maybe I need to bring out my exact knife for this one. This one's gonna be a bit hard. Okay. And then how far away does that go? That goes about 5.76 inches. It goes right 4.46. Okay. 0.46. Point 5 right here, and then 0.476 would be about right here. Okay, guys, this is coming together beautifully. Okay. And then how far away should this be? This handle here has to be about 2.5 inches away. Converting to non-competitive. Yeah, you know, the same thing happened to Nick, man. He didn't like playing Fortnite anymore because it stopped getting fun. I mean, it stopped being fun. I feel like that's kind of like why I want my kids to play games earlier in their lifetime, because I want them to realize like gaming isn't something they want to do all the time, or like if it's not fun, like they can stop. Yeah, the burnout is real. 2.56. Wait, so what games do you play now? Oh yeah. Do you stream often? Bro, I will sit down in all of your streams while I'm making props, man. I remember you telling me about the pro esports, bro. You you almost went to Texas, right? Shroud. Have I heard Shroud from you, or I remember hearing like something about Shroud's keybinds. Like, oh no, Nick knew his keybinds exactly. You play Overwatch, Apex, or CS:GO. Oh dang. Gaming feeling like a job or an obligation, yeah. It's not fun anymore. And when it becomes not fun, like why bother? Reggie from Nintendo said it best. If it's not fun, why bother? It's interesting to think about. Do you have a favorite game out of those Horror Zona? Also, when do you stream? I feel like anything, once it feels like a job or an obligation, it sucks. That's why I never make a job out of making props. I feel like maybe I could do commissions, but then I think if it depends on if money depends on other people. If I do it for money, then I'm gonna stop enjoying making props, and I don't want that to happen when I'm making props. Oh yeah. And you came in third, right? You something about didn't you almost made it to the prize pool, but you're just one under, right? Oh yeah, school sucks. Yeah, it's probably for the better. Focus on school, then on streaming. You switch between games easily. Yeah, my favorite game is to play as Guild Wars 2 because it's just a time sink you can join any time. But I just feel just because it's a time sink, I don't like to play it too often. Play Lego Star Wars. Yeah, you should stream Lego Star Wars, bro. You know what? You should play Lego GTA, bro. Lego GTA is where it's at. Then you can play with Nick because Nick is I think 100%ed Lego Star Wars already. I could do commissions if they didn't expect a deadline. That would be cool. Oh yeah, you don't get to choose what you make. I mean, also though, I like to make what other people like. I made Frostmourne because my friend liked World of Warcraft. And I want to make Ragniel from Fire Emblem for my brother, because he likes Fire Emblem, and I want to make I think it's not about getting to choose what I want, but choosing making things that are interesting to make. If I just made a plain sword, that wouldn't be cool. But if I had made a monado sword, there's so creativity that goes into this, figuring out the contours. Yeah, Lego GTA, bro. Lego City. Hold on. Let me pull this up. You never heard of Lego GTA, bro? This is my favorite Lego game, bro. I might start doing commissions because I'm asking a lot of my friends what's their favorite games so I can build them one. I'm making the monado sword for League of Legends. I'm making Draven's axes from League of Legends for my brother. So that's gonna be an interesting project to do. League of Legends is bad, but I am doing a prop for it. Oh, and you meant League of Legends you should suggestion. Yeah, you should do League of Legends, bro. I feel doing it for other people is not the big part. It's because I already love doing this for other people, but doing things that are interesting is what I find I like out of this. If it's not interesting, why bother? If I just had to make the same sword over and over again, I think I'd be gone in days. But doing this is nice, and getting to hang out with you guys is also pretty nice. Okay, now anyway, getting back to the modeling. Before the stream ends, I definitely want to finish just the handle. 1.93. If I wanted to, I could make this even more accurate by using centimeters. But I'm not going to. Can you can you say Edwin Lee stop playing League of Legends? Oh my god, bro. All right, Edwin Lee stop playing League of Legends. And you know, the reason I make these commissions is like I make these things is because like when I give them to people, I want this to be what they remember me by in case something bad happens. Like in case, like I know like life isn't fair, you know. Some bad things can happen, and just suddenly you're just ripped away. Like if for some reason I ever get into a freak accident or get like struck by lightning or get like eaten by a shark, I want people to have this to remember me by, something physical, so that you know, just to show that I thought of them. I don't know, it's kind of corny, but it's nice to have. I like giving gifts to people. That's my love language. And that's why also I'm asking my friends like what are their favorite games. So also Haruzono, what's your favorite game and what's your favorite item from a game? Because I'm gonna make you one. Yeah, it's like, God, like fantasy swords. Like sometimes they're living swords, like Muramasa, or even Excalibur. Sometimes it's depicted as having a soul inside of it. Oh, what's the name of that? There's like, or like Anubis from JoJo. Anubis from JoJo. Like I could be Anubis from JoJo. I could be the guy I could be the stand. I could be a stand, bro. Like if I ever am gone, like I could be a stand inside this sword for my friend Noah. Can I make a gun? I mean, I probably could. I honestly, yeah. I actually got inspired to do cardboard creation from my friend who made cardboard, things like that, like a long time ago. I don't know if you ever met him, Daniel. A Duskblade? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what you're talking about. Duskblade. I don't play WoW a lot, so. Duskblade? Oh, it's from League of Legends? Oh, this looks like one that would be easy to create, and it's just something fun I could do as a commission. I would definitely do it. Like, this looks like from God of War, the Blades of Chaos. This one, the Blades of Chaos is also something like I would definitely do. I'd be down for that. But instead, I'm making Draven's axes from, well, these ones. Each of these blades, I have to make 4 of them if I want to make Draven's entire set, because he has 4 of those axes. But I'm going to make this for my brother. That's my plan. It's going to be very tedious because I have to make 4 of the same thing. But, like, this looks super interesting to make. And I can't wait to start work on it. But right now, let's do the monado. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Haruzono, if I made one, which one would you want? And also, I mean, like, if it was something from TF2, that would be pretty interesting. But if it's just a regular one, I feel like it's better to just get, like, you know, like airsoft, because I feel like that would be more accurate. Like, but if it was something from a game, that's not something you could easily get replicated. Like a grenade, like the Demoman's grenade launcher. I feel like that one's like a good one, because I don't feel like you could get that anywhere in real life. Or like the Heavy's machine gun. I could definitely make that for you. I would definitely make that, bro. If I made the Heavy machine gun, that would be cool. Definitely wouldn't make a butterfly knife in TF2 because you can already get those. Not a revolver. Those would be easy. What would be a good TF2? Like a rocket launcher would be cool to do. I might consider doing the Duskblade in the future. Thanks for the suggestion. Also, thanks for being in the stream. Okay, so let's get back to just my camera. I am actually almost done with doing the handle. I mean the handle part of the sword. And you know, I could probably do an entire sword within a day. I made Frostmourne within a day, and it took me a week to paint it. but like I made the actual base of it within a day. So I feel like if I had 24 straight hours just uninterrupted, I could probably make this in one stream. But instead, I'm gonna be conservative on that. Okay, how long is this right here? This is how we check our work. This is about 9.18 inches. Is this about 9.18 inches? It is on the money. The holy mackerel. Nah, I'll make you a Girardi, bro. I'll make you a Girardi. The fish in... Man, I miss playing TF2. I really need to play that more. You free anytime soon in Horizontal? Maybe I'll stream and we'll play TF2. That would be cool. You down for a stream, man? I think I'll stream like every maybe Thursday. Thursday is a good day. Okay, and this should be 1.75 inches. How far away is it? 6.11. 6.11. 6.11. So next, this one, I'm just going to eyeball it. It doesn't need to be exact. You know, that's the sometimes like the conundrum you'll have. This one, I'm just not going to care on how curvy it is. Overwatch 2, wait, Overwatch 2 is free? What? You sure it's not just free for people who already own Overwatch? Because I don't own Overwatch. It's free? I'm down for Overwatch, man. No, I actually, my friends at Harvard, I started playing Paladins because of them. And Paladins is pretty fun. Not same as TF2, but Paladins is fun. I'm down for Overwatch 2 when we're both not busy. But we'll see how the semester ramps up, because I don't know if the semester is going to ramp up yet. Honestly though, like, actually, generally, like, I'm kind of worried about my engineering course. Like, I feel like my teacher explained Ohm's law, the laws of electricity, in a bit of a convoluted way. Wasn't a good first impression for the course, but first lectures are always like that because the professors are so in tune with like the more advanced stuff that sometimes they just glaze over the basic stuff. Paladins when Overwatch is free, bro. I did not know Overwatch was free, bro. Are you pulling my leg, man? Okay, now I'm cutting out the handle, guys. This is the moment of truth right here. When my car starts and stops, there's a little shaking. Is this normal? Well, I'm not there, so I can't accurately tell you. But, let's see. What's the best advice to give here? I can't diagnose the problem from my point of view. I can't do it from my perspective. If you're not sure, best to take it to a mechanic. Then I think that's the bottom line. It's best to take it to a professional who can answer it for you. A lot of my videos that I did when I was younger, a lot of them were also me learning, fixing cars. And a lot of it was entertainment aside from being educational. So like getting auto repair revenge from me right now is a bit of a because I've kind of laid back on auto repair, so I might do auto repair in the future again. But you should definitely take your car to a mechanic just to get it diagnosed. But if nothing else in your car seems to be affected, then who knows? Maybe it's just a false alarm. But because I can't look at your car right now, I don't know for sure. You had to take an engineering course last semester. So happy it's over. What? Engineering is amazing, man. Come on. But no, it's something that I think about a lot. That like, I did a lot of auto repair videos earlier when I was younger. Obviously, you shouldn't take advice fully from someone who's like 15, 16 years old. You should do further research in your videos. I mean, you should do further research before you try to repair your car. I think my videos are more so just to like guide people into repairing their cars. Hello, Cert Hellcat Hemi. Welcome to the stream. No, Python is amazing. What do you not like about the engineering course then? Of course you say Python's amazing. You're always meant for computer science, man. I hate coding, man. It is not my thing. Now building stuff, that's my thing. But coding, that's like an entirely new language. No problem, Terrace. Sorry I couldn't be more of a help. I really wish I could help you more. Honestly, I want to, after I'm done with my education at Harvard, I do want to go into mechanic school. I feel like I was always meant to go into a trade school like mechanic or welding. And I want to be able to take that knowledge back and be able to teach people on YouTube. I feel like it's better for me to do it as a professional, to be speaking as a professional when I'm doing how-to videos. When I was younger, it was mostly about entertainment and about the fact that I was showing people that no matter what age you were, you could fix a car. It was to get rid of that sort of fear that you couldn't do it. That imaginary barrier that you put in your mind that you couldn't do it because you're old or because you're young. The fact was that you could do it if you had the confidence. And that was really the point of my earlier videos. But now in the future, I want to actually like help people. I want to be able to respond to comments when they're asking me stuff. I feel like that's one of my biggest regrets is right now I can't respond to a lot of comments simply because either I'm not in the perspective of the people who are asking for help or because I'm simply so detached from car repair that I've kind of forgotten what they're talking about. That's my big sadness about my auto repair videos. So that's why after my time in college, I want to get back to doing that. Sir Hellcat, I do not drive. I know how to drive. I don't have a license, but I know how to drive, and driving is pretty intuitive from my experiences with it. But if I did drive, my ideal car to drive would be a beater, like a Honda. Like something easy to maintain, something you don't have to worry about getting dinged up, something reliable, something easy to repair. I feel like Hondas are probably the best car ever. I feel like Civics are the iconic car for a mechanic because they just know how reliable they are. I manufacture my own cars. Honestly, man, I think you could get into repairing cars yourself, man. You seem like the type. Hey, replacing the ignition coils, that's more than like probably 97% of the population do. Maybe 99%, man. Actually, maybe 99.9%. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of people in the world. Dang. Alright, so that's what the handle looks like, guys. Dang. You guys see this? How do I... Dang, guys. How do I angle this properly? So that's what the handle looks like. Let me zoom out a bit on the... So you can kind of get an idea of... Where is it? No, not this one. Google. Monado sword. Yeah, you can kind of get the idea of what the handle section of the blade, the thing looks like. Where is it? Where did I have it? The transformation. Where is it? Anyway, yeah, this is my handle. Next what I'm going to do is I'm also going to cut out these center holes. Before I leave, I'm going to cut out these center holes because I am pretty impressed with. It's like, I feel like I've captured the contours pretty well. Make you a Genji blade? Bro, do I know you in real life? I would definitely... I'd make you a Genji blade. If I knew you. And maybe in the future, maybe I don't know you, but I'll still make you one. What can you say about the sheepskins like smell coming from the batteries? What does sheepskin smell like? Okay, I know what that means. Smell coming from the batteries. Your batteries should definitely not be smelling like they're burning. Or smelling like weird. Who knows? Maybe something is decomposing in your engine. Like there's some random animal who got its way into there. You might want to check for that. I'd say, yeah, battery is probably not good for the battery to smell bad, and you should probably take it to a mechanic. I will also say to you, Terrace, I'm more of a Honda guy. Toyotas are notoriously hard to repair, and so it's usually better to ask a mechanic about that, because Toyotas are just very finicky, and because they're electric, there's also like a lot more to them to talk about than just about like what I talk about in my videos. But it should definitely not smell like it's burning. I will say that. No, I'm not going to finish the sword off stream. I'm going to do it on stream the entire time. I'm just going to chill while people are here and talk to them. I wish I know more about human. Honestly, you don't need to know a lot about repairing cars to maintain your own car. And that's why I did a lot of my videos, was like I did it on a per need basis. I didn't do videos because someone else needed to repair their car. I did videos because I needed to repair our car. My dad needed to repair our car. Like our car broke down and we need to fix it. And whenever we need to fix it, we did a video. And that's how my dad taught me to repair cars. Dang, Edwin's family is my biggest hater. Wow. I am making the Monado sword from Xenoblade Chronicles. In this part, I'm making the handle. If you guys are interested, I also have videos on me making like other swords, so go check this out if you're interested. Hey, I'm glad to hear that. It makes me so happy to hear when I help people fix their cars. It's weird because it's not the same me that I am now that helped you guys fix that cars. That was me like 4 years ago, like a completely different person. It still makes me happy to hear that I help people, but it's so weird that I'm like so far away from car repair that I still help people nowadays. In human, you don't need to know how to replace like a door. You don't need to know how to replace a steering wheel or a strut. It's just knowing how to change brakes, knowing how to change oil, knowing how to take out a part and put it back in and bolt it in. Like just those. That's what will get you through most of car repair. It's only complicated things like, when I was working with my Priuses with our Prius, the Prius is very complicated, and so when we had to deal with like a cooling system that had an air pocket in it, it was very finicky. And eventually we realized that the problem was the engine, and that's where you realize your limitations. You can't just simply go through everything just taking out things and replacing them. Sometimes you'll have to run into bigger problems, and that's where a certified mechanic comes in. That's where you have to replace engine. That's where the harder stuff comes in. But most of the time it's like things I need to do daily or like monthly or week or every year, like realigning your tires. That's what like I think anyone can do that, and hopefully my video showed that. Oh, you didn't find my... Yeah. How did you find my channel? Also, thanks for coming to the stream, David. I'm sorry. I actually did not expect to go this late. Into, I'll probably close the stream at 11:45. But it's really nice to see this viewership. Thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm going to finish off the stream by making the holes in the center of the big circle and the smaller circle. And that's going to correspond to this hole in the big circle of the... I think this is where like the monado symbol shows up, like that circle. I don't play Xenoblade Chronicles, so I'm not familiar with the lore. And then this small circle here, which I think it's for hanging the sword, or for doing cool tricks with it, like spinning around your hand. But all I have to do is go to the sketch, dimension it. This is about 1.5 inches wide in diameter, and that one's 7.25. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my roll ruler, and I'm going to do 7.25 divided by 2 is about 3.625. I'm going to find that on my compass. And, another cool like experience I had was like seeing when I published my video on making the Flameseeker Prophecies, which was a shield from Guild Wars 2. There was a streamer from Guild Wars 2, like a famous one. Like he had like 2,000 followers, I think. He commented on my video, and I was like, huh, that name seems familiar. His name was Snebzor. And I was like, oh my god, it's Snebzor. And it was so cool to see. Just like that he interacted with my video. And that was awesome. The smell comes out when the AC is on. It's very disgusting. Let's see. Let's try to diagnose what that problem would be. So it's related to the cooling. It could be bad refrigerant. It could be your cooling system isn't working properly. So there's maybe your pump is not working properly. Maybe the radiator is not working properly. You really have to go through everything to figure out why the smell is like, where that smell is coming from. And you should also, when you're trying to diagnose that problem, you should try to do it iteratively. You should try to use specific things that turn on specific things. And what I mean by this is like, for example, the only way to test if your alternator is broken is if you let your car run in... maybe that's not a good example. But they're like... It's been so long since I've repaired a car. But the idea is like, you want to diagnose the problem. Diagnosing the problems with your car is like the hardest part of car repair. And the way you want to do that is you want to turn on certain features that test certain parts. And that will allow you to figure out what the problem is. I'm the king salad, edible King salad. Are you talking about daimkoson? King. I remember telling the story about the king salad. You know, the emperor salad. Like they were slurping up the leaves, and then they looked up to see the emperor. I remember that. Down. I don't remember. King salad. I remember doing that video. Oh no, Ulam Raja. I remember telling this story too. Ulam Raja. No, not Dying Croissant. I think that's a different one. It would be awesome if you made an Animal Crossing prop. Oh, Animal Crossing. Like the frog. Animal Crossing. My sister really likes Animal Crossing, so I might do something from Animal Crossing for her. But I don't know exactly what to do. Animal Crossing items, like a giant leaf, item. I just like make it. Oh, but you know, I make cardboard props. With doing something outdoors would be something I could get into making wooden stuff. And while I'm at Harvard, I really want to make new materials. I want to use wood. I want to use metal to build stuff. And they have maker spaces here. I'm excited to use them, to make them. Right now I'm using cardboard, but it would be so cool to start working with wood. You work at an herb farm and you sell it in the summer. Oh, hey, I'm glad to hear that, man. And that's how you stumbled across my video. Man, my favorite gardening. So in addition to auto repair videos, I did gardening videos. My favorite gardening videos were the Asian pear trees videos that I did for my channel. And I remember doing them in 2014, and then I redid them like a few years later. It's crazy that. Because these trees don't look like they used to anymore. They don't have the same vibrancy to them. It's crazy looking back, and our backyard looked completely different back then too. But yeah, I just love these Asian pear tree videos, and I love seeing the comments on them that talk about like, oh yeah, thanks for showing us your Asian pear trees, and they tell me some facts about them. It's pretty cool. Damn, I am getting off track. I should make this circle. Right here. Guys, to be honest, I'm really thankful for you guys coming to this stream. I didn't expect such a huge turnout. And I know 5 doesn't seem like a big number, but for streamers, it is really insane. Like, people can stream for months and years and still not gather a following. And just getting 2 people is already pretty cool. So I'm glad you guys are here. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming constantly, but maybe if I do stream, like, maybe every Thursday, every Friday. We'll see. But I just wanted to thank you guys for coming. It's weird. At one point, I even got 10 viewers. And then just a bit ago, it was 9. I almost took a job at a fruit tree nursery a couple weeks ago. Probably would have gone back to look at those videos then. Oh, did you have a... This is a dumb question, but did you have a favorite tree? I love trees, man. I like bonsai trees. They don't grow them in fruit tree nurseries, but like I just love them. Are you like in the Northeast near like Rhode Island or Connecticut? Because there's a tree I've always been interested in. It's called the pawpaw tree. And pawpaw trees are like kind of like mangoes, but they're not tropical. And apparently they taste really good. And I want a pawpaw tree. I want to get a pawpaw tree for my backyard. That would be my dream. Don't have a lot of money, but it'd be nice to have something like this. So my parents could always enjoy mangoes, quote unquote mangoes, if they ever wanted. But apparently, like pawpaws, they go rotten really fast, and so that's why I want to get these. Because you can't find pawpaws anywhere else. Big tangent. But it was a good tangent because I like trees. Trees are cool. 3.5, 7.25, 3. Yeah, that's right. Okay. And then the bottom one right here is 1.5. So I need to do 0.75. Yeah, this stream's probably going to end at midnight. I really did not expect it to go this long. And it's probably for the better because I need to go to sleep because my class is at 9. My sleep schedule has been messed up over break. I went to sleep at like 8 a.m. during break. I need to actually be good at sleeping if I want to survive this semester. 1.53. Okay, that should be perfect. A eucalyptus bonsai? Oh. Let me look that up real quick. I could never have a real bonsai. So that's why instead of a real bonsai, that's why I have this Lego bonsai in my room. I just like the peacefulness of bonsais and like just like they're so grand and majestic. And even though I can't get a real one, it's nice to have this Lego one in my room. There's a bit of zenness. Oh, you're in Southern California? Figs! Oh, my dad loves figs, you know? He always gets fig Newtons. Oh. You know what I really love is the plant care like shows or like videos. Like they find like a bonsai that's dying and they care for it and repair it and it comes back bright and new. It's so like the bonsai, they're not sentient. They can't tell that they're rotting or decomposing but we just care about those plants so much that even though they can't realize that they're kind of dying, we fix them. Because that's the right thing to do. Yeah, that bonsai tree is cool. I got that from my favorite teacher before I left high school. I owe that teacher. I owe that guy my teacher. I owe that man my life because he made learning so fun and he was just a stand-up teacher. My teacher in high school. One of the best men I ever met. Picking a good fig without maggots or any bugs in it is so rewarding. I wish you'd never described it like that. Oh my god. But that is thank you for describing it like that. That's cool. Aren't figs made by like wasps lay eggs in them? Fig with maggots. This is definitely not what you guys wanted to see. Are the figs actually in the... Nah, this scares me. I don't know how I could eat figs. This already gives me trypophobia. This is crazy. Maybe in the future I'll do my channel about like maintaining bonsais. I would love to get a bonsai. I can't. I don't. Am I? Is this a joke? I don't see any maggots in the fig pictures, but I searched up fig with maggots. There's no maggots in any of these. Is Google trolling me? When will the videos about vehicles come? Okay, this is a question a lot of people have been wondering. I am in school right now, so I won't be able to do car repair videos for a long time. They don't allow cars at Harvard. And now, more recently, I've been doing security camera videos if my dad wants to do a video with me. So if I ever do a car video, it'll probably be either in the summer when I'm home, or it will be after college. Because after college, I'm probably going to find work as a mechanic. I want to learn the trade of mechanicness stuff. I want to find professional trading. So that, when I inform viewers on YouTube, I'm not making the wrong mistakes. Because when I was a kid, it was understandable. I was a kid. I could make mistakes, but there's no room for people instructing on YouTube. If you're an adult and you're telling other people how to do car repair, you have to be precise about it. You have to be accurate, because car repair is a serious thing. If you make the wrong move, someone can get into an accident. So when I make new videos about car repair, I have to be professionally trained. I have to be fully aware of what I'm doing, because I don't want to make a wrong step in a video and someone's life be on the line. So that's why any videos I do now about car repair, they're definitely going to be like very well prepared, or they come from a place of knowledge. Like now I could probably do a video on brake repairs or oil changes. By like doing a video on replacing a compressor or an alternator, I mean, actually I could probably do that too. But like replacing an engine or replacing AC, that's something I couldn't do now, because I've had friends that yeah, never mind. Yeah, it's the electrolytes in your batteries are probably depleted. Hey, that's pretty cool to hear. Like being like just randomly commenting in a stream, someone else had the same problem as you. It reminds me of like someone was talking about, oh yeah, doctors suck, but artists like oh yeah, they went to 10 different doctors and they couldn't find their diagnosis, but they went to an artist one time. They were like telling them about their health issues, and they were like, oh, that sounds like Crohn's, and then it turned out to be Crohn's. So sometimes randomly you can just find out the source to your problem. Could be the electrolytes in your batteries, because batteries can go bad like that. I just can't imagine finding a maggot in figs. That's crazy. And when I was younger, when I made auto repair videos, like, it was understandable for me to make mistakes. Obviously, if any viewer who watches my video, they should do further research by watching another car repair channel do it. But now I'm not a kid anymore. People are actually going to take my advice, seriously, and I want to make sure that I give them the fully right advice, and also like the fully proactive advice, things that will help them in the future, like that will benefit them. When I did shop training at the theater at Harvard, my boss was very good at making sure like he instructed me on the tools safely and also very proactively, like on how to properly use a saw so that you don't cause frayed edges or something like that. It is very important when you place yourself in a position of teaching other people to be right when you're teaching them. It wasn't like that when I was a kid, when those videos were mostly about entertainment and about breaking barriers, but times have changed and I gotta change. Battery health is very good. The smell comes from the connection to the batteries. Yeah, try turning on different things. Just why does it smell? Maybe some rubber is burning. So like the insulation around some of the wiring is burning. Honestly. Yeah, Terrace, the hardest part of car repair is diagnosis. That's why I make so many videos about trying to find out what exactly is wrong, because oftentimes that's probably the replacing stuff. Come on, easy money. but finding out what you have to replace, difficult. That's usually the same thing goes for a doctor. Like finding out curing a malady or an illness, easy money, but finding out what that illness is, no. And even for them, like curing illnesses is not easy. At least with car repair, you know that you can just replace stuff. In the future, that will be the solution. Just replace your body parts. Okay, so this stream is going to end at 12 o'clock, guys. I am so incredibly glad that you guys watched the stream. And it's just incredible to hang out with you guys. I hope to see you guys in the future. And if you ever just want to stop by when I'm doing a stream, that would be lovely. I'm going to finish this right here and then sign off. And then hopefully join me in the future for a stream with my friend Haruzono. We're going to play some Overwatch. Or maybe I'll do a stream playing Minecraft. We'll see. But whatever happens, I'll be there. Whew. Okay. It was nice hanging out with you too. Hey, human. Here we go. The handle. Let me pull up Inventor. Yes, this handle. Why is it? Hold up. Yes. Come on, show up properly. This is such a weird camera angle. Yes. I think I did pretty good on this handle. And so when I when I make this thicker, I'm going to have to cut out more sheets of this. But that's going to be easy because I can just trace this around in another sheet of cardboard. Just trace over it and then cut that out again. So just getting this is like, I'm 5% of the way through. Okay. Alright, so have you seen the Aptera solar vehicle? Okay, before I leave, let's check this out. Aptera. Right to repair is an extremely important thing. I would strongly oppose any company that I use Apple products a lot, but I have a huge gripe with the fact that they're so anti-right to repair. Just like the way that they use glue to stick things down. Louis Rossmann has talked about it so much on his channel. And like Tesla doesn't seem like a right to repair kind of thing. I feel like anyone who owns a car, they should be able to maintain it. They should be able to repair it the way that they want to repair it. Right to repair is important. I'm glad that you said that about my videos. These are the... Okay, so this is interesting. I will say, I feel like the design of the car is definitely to maximize aerodynamics. And it's something that a solar car could do because, with a regular car, you need fuel lines and you need, you need a roll cage for accidents. My first question is definitely the roll cage. Is how effective is this going to be in an accident? Because The engineers probably haven't figured out if this is safe enough of a body shape, because if it is, then why haven't they already tried it? Oh wait, but of the one wheel in the back, one wheel in the back. Hmm. I don't know. This is an interesting car. Like, I know a lot of people get like really specific about like the way their cars look. I'm not like a super big car guy who like cares about how it looks. It's just I know that design could be very polarizing. I'm very fine with it. It's just there's no hmm. It just looks like it would be so hard to maintain. Like, how would you replace the back wheel if you need to replace it? Like, what would you jack up? Would you take off the panel? I maybe that's what happens because some cars have the where they have their back wheel covered. It's just a panel you can take off. But then how would you jack it up? They probably have that. If they support right to repair, they probably have something in place for that. And they're engineers. They design it. Like they'd probably think of that. Um, how's the suspension work? What if you need to replace suspension? I mean, this looks cool. I just have a lot of questions about repairing it. Um, if they do support right to repair. I mean, also they don't have to. They don't necessarily have to support right to repair for their cars, because definitely uh, electric cars are a whole big thing to get involved with. Like repairing them is much more different than regular cars. For example, changing the oil, you don't really have to do that as often with an electric car. Changing the brakes. Electric cars have generators built into the brakes. What's it called? Regenerative braking. I mean, that's also a common feature in regular cars. But, you keep that in mind much more when you're working with an electric car, because maybe their whole braking system is built around that. It's a new thing to get involved with. They will provide full schematics. They have a jacking point just to remove the cover. Hey, okay. So I'm glad they have a jacking point. I'm glad the cover is removable. The motors are only in the. Oh, wow. That's good to hear. Oh. Obviously, whenever I see a new idea, first thing I do is treat it with a lot of skepticality. I feel like any new idea has to face a lot of scrutiny, because that's what needs to happen for better products to get out. For example, like a solar powered roadway is not a good idea because a lot of cars travel on it, cause a lot of pollution to be kicked up. But something like this seems less consequential. Seems like it's viable, and they support right to repair. All the boxes seem to be ticked. I just wonder, like, how. It's definitely aerodynamic. I just wonder if it meets all the other standards like a modern car does, like the safety features and, um, yeah, mainly just the safety right now. That's my concern. I get scared riding a tricycle because it's just tricycles are very. I feel like my center of gravity is very off kilter with a tricycle. Different, definitely different with a car. I'm not saying it's the same thing as a tricycle, but it's like. I never heard of this. Thanks for bringing it up to me, David. I appreciate it. Well, I feel like that's a pretty good note to end the stream on. So, I'm Iman. and thanks for watching. Please like, rate, comment, subscribe, and look at other videos on Nine Island, and look at my other streams. And I'll be there, and I hope I see you guys again. It was really nice having conversations with you, and I really appreciate you coming. So, stay safe, stay cool, stay kind, and stay true. I'm Ayman, and signing out. Good night.